Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for Chief Artisan Thursday. We've been talking here with Cicely, an identity path coach. Excuse me. Let me
That's
try it again.
okay.
You know
And then
what? I'm not gonna cut it this
I'm the
time. We're,
coach.
we're just we're just gonna
I'm
keep
I'm
rolling.
more affectionately known as the Pathfinder. So it's okay. It's a lot of big words, and
I
I've
know.
I've I'm still yet to perfect it. So don't even worry about it.
And my thing is, you know what? My thing is, we've had such a wonderful. We had a part one. If you guys were listening in for the month of February, we are talking about identity and loving yourself first. And we were just going back and forth and just the different circles and the environment and loving yourself and finding about your passion and what you were created to do. And I said, yeah, Cicely, we need to talk about mentoring. Because one thing I definitely am a big fan of is, big brother, big sister kind of understanding where, let's say you want to go into business for yourself, or like yourself, you want to go into coaching, you need to get around like minded people,
Yeah.
because a lot of times, and we understand it doesn't happen overnight, so don't think that we snap our fingers and tap our toes and think, oh, wow, we're living the life that we want to live. No, we've had some, decisions, some hard pressed decisions to make to say, you know what, I'm going to let this go for this season so I can transition into something else. My firm belief is that all transitions are not bad. Not every single last one of them. There are some major ones that are horrific, you know, but there are some great transitions that I've been through where I actually look back for maybe 10 years. I was glad that I made certain decisions because they led me to do this podcast with Cicely,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow, certain things you have to make a decision about. You have to graduate from grammar school. You have to
Mhm.
graduate from high school. You have to move on. You can't stay at those same levels, for the rest of your life. So, and
Right.
I know, Cicely, you wanted to say a few things too before I ramble on.
Oh no, it's good. I just wanted to back this concept of loving oneself and self-love, definitely with further research, because I'm a strong proponent of research that it's there in our sciences that people who have studied for years to discover these things that really have a lot of truth to them. So another thing that research suggests is that the compassion or love, or what I say, simply taking it easy on yourself. That's another term that I've come to know and grow into, to take it easy on myself, can help you to ward off anxiety and depression. And that is what research suggests. And so, ergo, it makes you happier and more satisfied with life. So I think about it like this, that anxiety is tied to striving. I mentioned that earlier. And depression is connected to lack. Okay, not feeling that you have enough. So anyone who's burning themselves out, striving, toiling, right, or never feels if they have enough, lack, is not going to be the picture of happiness and satisfaction, indicating that they have yet to cultivate self-love. Because when you gaze upon someone who has cultivated and is cultivating self-love, typically these are going to be your happiest and most contented and satisfied people. They don't lack anything. They're really, there's a scripture that's referenced in the Bible concerning Paul, in which he had been in different type of circumstances, right? He said, I learned to be, abased, and learned to be abound. He had been poor, he had been rich, but through all of his circumstances, what he finished in saying is, and in all of this, I've learned to be content in whatever state I am. And I love that. It's really one of my favorite scriptures, because it really speaks about the whole capacity of life and really was all summed up in, like, no matter what state you find yourself in, to learn to be content. And what I do want to go on further to say is, I want to just dispel this myth. And this is where a lot of people get hampered and hindered, I would say, to say, oh, loving myself is vanity, okay, or it's selfishness. Self-love is not vanity. I will repeat, self-love is not vanity. Self-love is not vanity. Self-love is inward nurturance. Say it with me. Self-love is inward nurturance, everyone. I am so passionate about that, because it took me so many years to embrace that idea, that it was not selfish of me to love myself first, to consider my own needs first, to stand at the power of choice. That's a whole nother session we need to have, Lady Nick.
Oh
Stand at the
yeah,
power of
I'm rolling with it. I'm like, go girl, just go talk it.
choice. to stand at the power of choice in every circumstance. And everyone, this indeed, it's going to be a lifelong journey, as you mentioned. It's perfected practice, everyone. So that's why you have to take it easy on yourself, especially for women. Women, listen up. We've been societally trained that it is our duty to nurture and care for others over and above ourselves, and to give, give, give until we give all of our lives away, not to feel or to think about ourselves or for ourselves, but simply to do. And I'm telling you today that that is not so. It's a lie.
And I
So
think too,
while I'm not suggesting that any individual will not be all consumed by their lonesome, okay, that is another extremity that nobody wants to come in contact with.
right?
But
We're not
what I am
narcissistic.
encouraging, that where the balance is found is that however much you do for others, that you will find yourself doing that same level of care and nurturance toward yourself. You owe that to yourself.
And I think too, because the word that keeps bouncing in my head is don't believe the truth of what insecurity is all about, because you've
Yes.
been fed that all of your life to feel insecure
Yeah.
about your outer appearance. You've been
Yeah.
bred that way. So to come out of that, to pick one thing that you just like, my color, the color of my eyes, I love. The,
There
the
you
the
go.
fullness of my lips, I adore. The
Beautiful. Go
complexion of
ahead,
my
my
skin,
antelope.
don't even talk to me, cuz I'm like, you know what? My skin and my mother's skin, beautiful. Okay?
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
completely embrace the skin that I'm in, and
Awesome.
that's not a marketing promotional ad.
Yeah.
That comes from years and decades of my parents, and my aunts, definitely pointing out your culture is beautiful. You
Yes.
know, the places that you come from are the music, the food, all of that. And what we've been missing out, in certain times and situations is that don't get caught up into what you don't have.
There you go.
You know
There
what
you go.
what is it that you're lacking? Nothing, according to the
Nothing.
word. You don't lack anything.
Don't
you
lack
know
anything.
there may be seasons where you're not able to have, or I'm not even gonna say afford, because you can afford a lot of things that
Yeah.
are very meaningful. I'm saying,
That's
like,
only lean
right,
seasons. That's
right.
only leanness. It's not lack.
Exactly. It's only a season. Like, let's say it's winter and you can't get something that is normally done in the
Yeah.
summer. Let's go
There
there.
you go.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not your season for that. Let's say it's
There you
time for
go.
you to be married and you're only
There-
7 years old. It's not time for that. Okay.
exactly.
Young brides is not, it's not our
Exactly.
thing. So
Right.
my and,
Right.
and I know I'm going off into another culture, but I'm like,
Uh-oh.
Lord, I know
Uh-oh.
you
Whole
cover you
nother
you you
topic.
covering you covering some women over here, because I know this word is gonna go out to many multicultural,
Right.
women that are gonna understand the beauty that you have within you is
Yes.
greater than what is on the exterior.
There.
And don't believe the perception that what is in the magazine, what has been portrayed in the media. I'm a media person. I know the lies. I've
Yeah.
perpetrated the lies. I've
Sure.
spoken the lies. I've
Yeah.
undergirded the lies, but
Yeah.
no more. I think we talked about this before, because I don't know if our listeners have listened to our previous podcast. Go back and listen to them if you haven't before.
Yes.
But Cicely and I did this session last summer and the path, and one of the things that we did talk about was finding out who you are.
Yes.
What were you created to be? So greater is he that's within you than he that's in the world.
That's it.
And we're definitely godly women who believe the word of God through Christ. So knowing your release and your restoration is possible. Like she said,
Absolutely.
we're not trying to get all hooky spooky,
No, this
and
stuff is real. It's simple.
you know,
Not
and
deep.
keep it
It's not deep at
simple.
all.
Keep it
And
simple.
it's very simple. And I always, me, I'm very pragmatic and very practical, Lady Nick. And I love to leave with my listeners and anyone who I work with at any moment in time, something that they can go out and start to do today. So I think we just have a little while left available.
Right. I was
And
like,
I
that's a
do
great
want to
segue. So
give,
go ahead and take us out.
yeah, I do want to give this beautiful month of compliments challenge I came in contact with actually through Oprah.
Mm,
And she communicated it in one of her magazines a couple of years ago. And so it's really simple, you guys, and I think you're going to love it. Everyone can do it: teens, young adults, elderly, kids, anyone can do it. And I do admonish you and make it a family thing, make it fun. If everyone, in the household can do this, oh my goodness, I couldn't even imagine how the energy would shift in someone's household if everyone was complimenting themselves, their own beautiful, lovely selves every day. So this is what you have to do. It's very simple and it's inexpensive. You get a pack of Post-its, okay, any color you like, any color you prefer. I say make it your favorite color. Why not? You get a Post-its and pen, leave it by your bedside, okay? And the first thing each morning for a month, minimally, you are to compliment yourself in a specific way. So what she recommended was that you mix it up, between, like, don't make it all about your physical features, right? We talked about that. Don't make it all external. But you can include it external. Love those beautiful full lips, you know what I'm saying? Love those eyes or what have you. So make it a mix between your physical features, your personality traits, right? What other people might just truly adore about you and you also yourself, and your good deeds, because that will sometimes help to balance it out, right? Because we don't want, because even still, when it feels good, sometimes there's something in us, that will still not allow us, to still feel all good about ourselves without doing something for someone else. And that's great. I think that's a balance in us. And I think that's good. So if you mix that with good deeds that you've done, right? Personality traits and physical features that you love about yourself every day for a month. Write that on a Post-it first thing when you wake up. And then you want to put it somewhere where you can visibly see it all throughout that day. Put it on your bathroom mirror, put it on your refrigerator, put it somewhere where you're going to see it and you can be reminded of yourself as to how fabulous you are, because you are.
I know,
And it's
right? And
really going to open up another space of appreciation and self-love for yourself. And you are worth that and you deserve that. And you are the first person that makes that happen for yourself, not anyone else. I repeat, you are the first person that is responsible for self-love and for loving yourself, not anyone else. Don't put that responsibility on anyone else. You take the reins and you say, I'm going to be committed more so to loving myself this year in 2015 than at any other time.
you go, girl. Because I was like, to wrap this up, I know that the atmosphere is so charged with more conversations as people
Yeah.
are listening. Their wheels inside of their heads are turning, and if you want to get in touch with us, definitely email us at toctown14@gmail.com. We would
Mhm.
definitely forward any of your notes to Cicely, and we might even talk about your subject on air the next time that we get together. And there was another thing I wanted to say before leaving Al, and I forgot. Let me take a break. Hold on.
That's okay. But let me let you know how to get in contact with me, you guys, again. If you have need of it, I can be reached at the number one, passioninternational@gmail.com. You can email me there or reach out to me directly. I'd love to hear from people by phone. Don't be intimidated. Call me 773-860-8424. You'll get me on the other line, not my secretary. Not yet, at least.
Amen. Speak that. That's what. Thank you for reminding me. I knew it would come back to me.
That's right.
The other thing was that definitely once you realize and come to this place of, I'm worth this investment of time for myself, you coach other people on how to deal with you. Certain
Yeah.
things you won't deal with anymore. Certain rudeness,
Uh,
certain, mistreatments. You won't want to deal with that anymore.
yeah.
And you'll welcome people that are healed and whole like
Yeah.
Miss Cicely and myself. You'll
Hello.
welcome them into your life and go, you know
Yes.
what? I needed this. I
Yes.
needed that type of restoration in my life. So
Yes.
therefore, okay, you cut it off at 2015, but 2016, 2017, it's going to be a different life. It's going to be a
Yes.
whole lot
Right.
better than the previous
Right.
decisions that I made because now I'm making a decision to take care of me first.
You
Thank you
got
for
that right.
joining us, ladies and gentlemen, for Chief Artisan Thursday. We look forward to the next session. Be sure to drop by toctown.com and leave your messages, your notes, your comments, all of that. We look forward to seeing you in 2015 for more Team One Blogosphere meets and greets. Bye bye.